Justin Tucker set to boom this one away. And here we go. We're underway in Madden Ultimate Team. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And now running right through it. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. First carry for the Hall of Famer. It's the boss, Jerome Bettis. And he'll take this one up to about the 23. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Vic on 2nd down. He's going to air one out. And got his man complete. And all the way down to the 29. A big play there for Cincinnati. 47 yards. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. They'll try a toss here to Bettis. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the...
Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 5, and a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many runs in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. They'll run to the backup. This is Williams. And they'll hit him for a loss as he's back to his 2-yard line.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Quick throw, that's complete on the inside slant. And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line. They were looking for a cushion from that end zone. He gave it to him. 15 big yards. Detroit! Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And he's got room. And he will finally be taken down, but not before he reaches the 38. It's a big-time play there for the G-men. 46 yards on the ground. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10.
Watch it now, Barney!
A first carry for the Hall of Famer, Marcus Allen. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. And on the tackle, Kevin Green, of course, a member of the 2016 Hall of Fame class, Charles.
Went in on August 6th of 2016. Kevin Green taking his rightful place in the Pro Football.
Is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked off down at the 10. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
That was a really nice interception. I think it illustrates the differences between playing man and playing zone. When you're in man, all you're focused on is the receiver in front of you. But when you're in zone, you're allowed to read the quarterback's eyes and go to the ball. That's exactly what happened on that play.
Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. That goes for a gain of 31. The last drive he threw the pick, but he's not shy. He's going downfield again there.
And you can't be, because if you back off after throwing an interception, your whole game plan just goes right out the window, and it makes things easier for a defense. And you and I both know, there isn't a quarterback in this league that's any good that doesn't throw an interception occasionally, and they usually bounce back in a big way. I've seen guys throw 5 and still find a way to win the game in the end.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one. Throwing again, Vic on 2nd and 10. Escaping the pressure right. And avoids the contact by sliding. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down. The last drive, remember, similar situation. He forced a ball into coverage through the pick. He learned better there.
Yeah, similar to a golfer that's confronted with a shot that you just can't make. Sometimes you have to take your medicine, as they say, right? Just pull it down, take off, and go. Don't make something worse than what it was.
First carry for James Conner. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
There is no doubt that Geno Atkins is really strong and stout at the point of attack. But I love his suddenness, the ability to make plays, to be in one spot.
Nice 24!
Now they'll run it on the toss. And a 5-yard gain as he's down inside the 30 to the 28-yard line.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited.
And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. A great effort there. 28 yards. And the Bengals are in for 6. And he's got it to make it 7-0 Bengals. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. The Giants offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Elway to throw on 2nd. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Well, if an offense is going to throw the ball in this part of the field, any pass rusher will tell you that's his favorite part. Gets a chance to get after the quarterback. It's almost like a reverse red zone. They can create points using their defense, and this time they take their man down.
Now Elway on 3rd and long. Under pressure, and down he goes in the end zone, and that's a safety. And, Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about.
A first down throw coming for Vic. And the giant rush gets home as down he goes. Fletcher Cox breaking through to get him for a loss of 7.
I know there'll be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and end up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. And now Now the Giants will stop play as they take a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Third and long for Vic. He's got a man, complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That one goes for 29 yards on third down. Two minutes to go here in the first half. We're back to East Rutherford, but first this timeout. First down, Vic. Dancing to his left. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
Well, that wasn't a completion, but it wasn't a sack either. So the good takeaway, able to extend the life of the play. Normally you would think he'd just take off and run downfield, but he was trying to find an open receiver, unable to do so.
A second down throw for Vic. Looking deep downfield. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. And a welcome in, everybody. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, so much gets made about offensive comparisons. Here's a matchup where the defenses may just take center stage.
Yeah, we're usually talking about guys scoring touchdowns. How about the guys who prevent them and change the momentum of the game when they take the ball away? I love those ball hawks in the secondary. People after my own heart.
Here's Steven Gostkowski now to kick this one off. And off we go in Madden Ultimate Team. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line.
No. Check. Patriot.
They'll run it for the first time with Ricky Williams. And he roams across the 20 to the 24-yard line. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
No. Check.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24. The good run on first down followed up by a not-so-good run on second down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on third down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
They'll run it with the 85 MVP, Marcus Allen. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues. Defense had a chance to get off the field here in the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important third down is, aren't they? Offense in.
It's a foot race past the 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Marcus Allen, 71 yards. And the Giants are going to take a first quarter lead. And personally, what a start for him to get in the end zone from that distance here on the first drive.
And it has the defense tearing up their defensive goals for the game, doesn't it? Because nowadays, when we talk to all the coaches, they don't talk about limiting yards per carry and those things. They just talk about limiting explosive plays, whether it's through the air or on the ground. And anything an explosive play on the ground, usually, 10, 12-yard runs? This one was way more than that. They've got to go back to the drawing board and try and shut it down.
And he's going to be taken down shy of the 10 at the 9-yard line. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And they finally are able to take him down at the opposite 47. And a huge play that time. 44 yards. A first carry now for Nick Chubb. And he's got this down to the 35. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving him a whole lot of credit and thanking him for that much space to rumble.
And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading the play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just started in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Wilson. They still can't get it. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Deion Sanders. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit. And receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Here we go with Williams. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on 4th.
4th and inches, does he get the first? You bet he does.
The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. They stick to the ground game on 1st down. It's Williams. That one good for 33 and a first.
I know that play went to the left side, and that's what it was designed to do, an outside handoff there. But how about the whole offensive line being involved? Seal the left side where the play was going, where they call play side. But how about on the back side? Just taking care of business to make sure no one can get there and disrupt it.
Is the biggest key the left tackle?
Without a doubt. Control that edge. Get out there. You want that left tackle. If you bring your tight end over there, either way, control the edge of the line of scrimmage, you got a chance to rumble.
And he'll get this one down to about the 17. A gain of 3, second down.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. What do we call them, run fits? Everyone was in the right place.
On second down, Williams. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's first and goal.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
They'll run. This is Allen. And he is in. Touchdown, Giants. Marcus Allen with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Giants are able to grow their lead. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. I can get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
Short kick. One of the up men will take it now. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
Let's go.
They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And he'll take it ahead to the 28-yard line. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 12 yards there as they move the chains. On first down, they'll run with Chubb. Oh, look at the juke. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
They'll throw on first down with Wilson. He's going to let this one go deep. And it's caught. Touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins, 43 yards. And his guys have made this a one-score game now. The fly route works for the TD grab.
And you know what the receivers love to say? If we get even with the defender, we're leaving. And that's exactly what he did, all the way into the end zone. And then he was on the business end catching it once he got over the stripe.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And here comes the Giants offense back out onto the field.
Watch him now, Barney.
They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams. Oh, and now he bowls him over. Gets through, and now an opening. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down. Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he'll get this out past the 45 to the 47. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. 31 yards there and a first down.
That outside handoff to the left, that play has to warm the heart of an offensive line coach because they controlled the left side where they were supposed to. They didn't allow anything to leak from the backside on the right side of the offensive line either. Well played.
Yeah, it created a big run. And they'll get him down right about the 20. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. Over the middle, that's caught by Rice. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. 19 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it first and goal.
Detroit! Detroit!
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he is in. Touchdown, New York. Marcus Allen as the first half is winding down. And the Giants add on to their lead. Tucker with the extra point. And it's now 21-7. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And here now the offense heading back out there. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. Now Wilson on first down. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down. Here's second and 10 now from the 35.
Don't take forever, okay? Run left, run left.
Second and 10 now, Wilson. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL. And now due to apparent time constraints, we fast forward to the beginning of the second half. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. So here they come, the road team now getting the football first to start this third quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never wanted to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there.
But this is I'm
doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for him. That, his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on first and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to get this one all the way up to about the 46-yard line. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Howie Long in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. On third down, Wilson. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. He'll wind up being stopped for no gain, and it'll lead to a 4th down.
Well, the stats that matter on this play don't help a team very much unless, of course, you're playing defense.
If you're getting points per reception, you got a reception, but no yardage. Great job by the defense, though. They read through that one.
They read through it, gave up no yardage, and people got credit for tackles. Pretty good deal.
But they're going to wrap him up as he'll go down. And a welcome in, everybody, with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, and Charles, so much gets made about offensive comparisons. Here's a matchup where the defenses may just take center stage.
Yeah, we're usually talking about guys scoring touchdowns. How about the guys who prevent them and change the momentum of the game when they take the ball away? I love those ball hawks in the secondary. People after my own heart.
Justin Tucker set to boom this one away. And here we go. We're underway in Madden Ultimate Team. It's a very short kick taken by an up man. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Bortles now on 1st down. Slant route caught by Edelman. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. The former 7th-round pick, Julian Edelman, just continues to have such a productive career.
And has made himself into a receiver. Remember, he was a college quarterback, and not just a productive one, a very good one.
At Kent State, right?
Yes, a great leader, a guy who can make plays with his feet and his arm. Got to the NFL and had to convert into being a receiver and was drafted that way. And that conversion, oh boy, it's been good.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Lucy. Check. Green 80. Check.
Now Bortles throwing on 2nd down. And he fires one that's intercepted. Rod Woodson with a pick. There he goes right side. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Giants touchdown.
Well, partner, I do know this. If you're a defensive back, you have more chances to make a team now than ever because people are using 5 defensive backs, 6 defensive back packages. Not exclusively, but way more than before. That was a nickel package there, and what a pickoff.
Why is that? Why are they using that more?
Because more people are throwing the ball on earlier downs than ever before. This has become a passing league, and because of that, more defensive backs on the field on most plays.
So they hit the ball before it went 10 yards. I know that's tough, but you got to stay disciplined.
It is difficult because you're so eager to go get the football. It's that type of a play, but you're exactly right. Have to have the discipline to let it go 10 first.
Throwing on 1st down is Bortles. And incomplete to open things up.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
A run. This is Pettis. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll set up a 3rd down.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
From the gun on 3rd down, Bortles. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked up by Landon Collins. Happy to be on hand. I'm Brandon Gaudin with Charles Davis. And before we kick, partner, your keys to the game, please.
Well, my keys are on the defensive side of the ball for both teams. And the big one, making sure you avoid giving up the big play. These safeties are going to get tested all game long. Their job, keep the ball in front of them, tackle people, make them run extra plays in order to try and score.
Justin Tucker set to boom this one away. And off we go in Madden Ultimate Team. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. They go play action here on 1st down. And he finds a man on the crossing route. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 16 yards right off the bat and a 1st down.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
The first carry now for Ricky Williams. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
On 2nd down, here's Manning. And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. Lawrence Taylor in there to get him for what will be a loss of 13 yards. On 3rd and long, it's Manning. And he's got Shockey. It'll be a gain of 12, but it will also lead to 4th down.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little game. They do go for it. It's Manning. And it is incomplete. Jalen Ramsey right there in coverage to knock it away. So, Charles, why in the world do you take that risk there?
It doesn't make a whole lot of sense on the surface. I've been around enough of these coaches and enough of these meetings along the way. Sometimes they're so confident in a play call that they don't care about the situation. They think that that play, at that time, they're going to run it and pick up whatever they need. So maybe that's what influenced him there. I'm guessing because I have no other explanation.
Yeah, that's tough. Own side of the field, that chunk of yardage to pick up. Head scratcher. That burst good for 20 and a first down. Right back to him on first down. And he'll get a couple here down to the 22.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And able to get this down inside the 15 to either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. First trip to the red zone for the Giants. They have a 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line. They'll hand it off now, Williams. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
Now Allen, and he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a 3rd and about 4 more for a first.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll run with Allen. And he'll take this one down inside the 5 to the 3. The ball still a few inches shy of the marker after the 3-yard run, so now a little soul-searching on 4th down. So the snap will come from the 3, but remember, they don't need the touchdown. They can get the first down if they get a yard, and the ball gets to the 2. They run. It's Williams. And he takes it into the end zone for a Giant TD. Ricky Williams, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Giants are going to take a first-quarter lead. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he will not bring it out. He'll just go down to a knee here for a touchback. And the ball will come out to the 25. Manning and the Giants come up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They begin the drive with Williams. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Now Manning throwing on 2nd down. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Rob Woodson, and his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. Now a pitch out to Williams. He's to the 10, and finally wrestled down at the 8-yard line. That one good for 17 yards, and now they've got it 1st and goal. His first carry of their 2nd drive, pretty solid, and of course, remember back to their 1st drive, really strong throughout that one.
Not only is he getting good blocking up front, but how about his vision to find the holes? And he's seeing things before they even open and hurtling through them.
Williams. A nice pickup of 6 there to get him closer to the end zone, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Some good strong running right there, some power and some explosiveness just about got him into the end zone.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal.
Lucky 56.
He's going to get it running right. And he is in. Touchdown, Giants. Ricky Williams with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Giants are able to grow their lead. Tucker with the extra point, and the lead now stands at 13. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense now gets ready to head back onto the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there. Second down.
And while there was no gain on that run, we do know coaches whose identity is rooted in taking it almost to the limit and then changing things up on you down the stretch. I think we're getting really close to that point in time, though, where the identity map to go out the window, and they've got to go a little bit faster in order to try and win the game.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is going to gang up on the run and shut them down.
Eluding the pressure right. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Earlier in the quarter when the defense was keying on the run, you said offensively they need to open things up, take some shots downfield. Didn't work there, but they did it.
Yeah, I'm not going to change my tune now. I still think it's the right play because when you take those shots downfield, you open the eyes of the defense to what you could do to them, and that may open some things up for you offensively.
Here we go on 4th down with Manning. Flushed out right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body. Rod Woodson with a pick. And the return stops at the 39-yard line. 1:57 to go in this first half. We're back to East Rutherford. But first, this timeout. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Detroit! Detroit!
After the interception, here's Elway. Going up top. That's caught inside the 20. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis with you from our broadcast perch. And, Charles, as we get this thing started, what are you going to be keeping your eye on?
Special teams. Field position is always a big determiner in a ball game. Who sets their offense up for success the best, that team will win the game.
Stephen Hauschka now about set to get this one started. And here we go. We're underway in Madden Ultimate Team. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out in a good one as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. They'll run it for the first time with Williams. And shedding through the tackle. And room to run as he's up past the 35-yard line. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
And some room to roam now. Giants. Ricky Williams, 64 yards. And the Giants are going to take a first-quarter lead. You talk about explosion plays. Here's one pretty much right out of the gate.
And now they get to ride a wave of emotion, momentum, everything. Just as you described, right out of the gate. Big sprint, touchdown. They're excited. But on the other side, they've got to guard against a major letdown because they hit them right in the gut with that one. And now you start to question yourself a little bit when you give up a touchdown on the opening drive.
Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And he'll get this one up to the 26. The linebacker Ryan Shazier there to make the tackle.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, you know, I mean, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
That was 2nd down throw for Vic. Steps away to his left. Throw left side, complete to Moss. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Give him 30 yards there.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, he was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
Vic operating on first down. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Ron Woodson. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
Now a handoff. Here's Williams. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. The 20, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Rick Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis, happy to be with you. And, Charles, we've got two teams who know each other extremely well. These division games, they tend to be battles.
People scout like crazy in this league, but no one scouts more than within the division. Because if you win your division, you're automatically in the playoffs. That puts extra emphasis on these games, and they can't wait to get at each other.
Here's the former Saint and Viking Morten Andersen to get this one started. And off we go in Madden Ultimate Team. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. A first carry now. This is Williams. First play of the drive, going for 14 and also going for a first down. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first two plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. On third down, here's Williams. A strong running. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. And now a timeout called by the Cowboys defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. On 4th down, here's Andy Leon to kick it away. Back deep is Tyreek Hill. Vick will look to throw on first down. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. Try to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Ron Woodson with a pick. And the return stops at the 39-yard line.
Brandon, I'm not sure I've seen a better all-around athlete than Rod Woodson. I mean, he was at Purdue at the same time I was at Tennessee, and he was obviously way better than me. His last game at Purdue, the coach let him play both ways. He played 137 plays that day. Returned punts, kickoffs, had 10 tackles on defense with a pass broken up and a forced fumble, and 236 all-purpose yards on offense, and they kept the old Oaken bucket by beating Indiana in that game.
Williams. And a short gain down to about the 33. They'll give him a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd down.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're not doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other.
And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. Ricky Williams, 33 yards. And the Giants are going to take a first quarter lead. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. And now here come the Cowboys. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I
want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. That's caught by his tight end, Shockey. And a good stiff arm there before he's brought down on a nice little gain. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there? Freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free down.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here, 2nd and a yard from the 34. Now Williams. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. So a good spin move there before he's taken down. A nice little gain. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and it'll be 2nd and very short.
Next 24.
On the ground, this is Williams. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Lion. 300.
Play action now, Vick. And going deep for Hill. That's caught inside the 20. And a big 32-yard play on 3rd.
Well, there's simply no sense in wasting a great catch like that on a short gain. Get downfield like you just did there and use it up that way.
No dink and dunk. Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12.
Lion. 300.
2nd down, Vick. Incomplete.
And there's a good opportunity to just went awry there. A drop pass. I guess that's why they call them running backs and not catching backs.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Vick. Forced out to his left. And that is incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
Now look at this, 4th and 12, and they're going to line up to go for it.
Alpha.
Vick goes play action. And that is going to be incomplete. 1:59 to go in the first half. We're back to Arlington right after this timeout. They'll run it with Williams. And the window closes quickly. He'll only get up to the 22-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9.
No. Check. Patriot.
And they'll go with the ground attack here. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
How about the fellas with the stars on the side of their helmets rising up on defense? We always hear about the Cowboys' rushing offense. Their rush defense is pretty good as well, I think, because they're so cohesive. Defensive line, linebackers really work well together.
Now with just 1 second showing on the play clock, we're going to get a timeout as they stop it prior to what will be an important 4th down. Here's Andy Lee now as he'll punt it away for the second time. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. This is taken at about the 14. They'll call that a 61-yard punt. He got all of that one. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Here's the Dallas offense now heading back out onto the field. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go-around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see.
And nothing but daylight ahead. 20, 10, for touchdown, Cowboys. Randy Moss, 81 yards. And the Cowboys are an extra point away from tying the football game. And a little time left on the clock, so on the other side, they're thinking, gosh, we'd like to get that lead right back.
Yeah, thanks for pointing that out. Here I am going ahead and tapping out the first half.
Well,
there's still time. They've got to make a decision about what they want to do on the kickoff, where they want to let their return guy touch it.
And now out come the Giants. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. They begin the drive on the ground with Allen. And he powers his way up past the 30. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to him back.
He's going to loft one deep left side here. And they went for a big play through the air on 2nd down. Couldn't connect. Now it's 3rd.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Now, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. Aaron Donald. And now the Cowboys are going to call another timeout as the stop will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. Here's Andy Lee now as he's on to punt for New York. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. This is taken around the 12. A great return there of 22 yards. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. Now the Cowboys offense heads back onto the field. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
He cannot get away. Down goes Vic. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL. Due to time constraints, we move you forward in today's broadcast to the beginning of the third quarter. Set and ready to go for the second half. One touchdown apiece, 7-7 our score. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Out come the Cowboys now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides are trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. They run it again with Williams. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
They give it to Williams, running right. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13.
Hey, let's go! Face 5-2.
They'll try to throw it here. Vick. And he checks this one down to Williams. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 5 yards on the pickup. And just like that, it's 3rd down.
Eagle.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Giants are going to take over in great field position. They'll try to get this running game going with Williams. And he's got some space here. Past the 20. Touchdown, Giants. Ricky Williams, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Giants are in for 6. He's giving them a little jolt. Just gave them the lead there, but 2 TDs now in the game.
And that jolt puts them in the lead. What a terrific job by him. He is carrying the ball and simply saying, I want to win.
And now he's hoping his defense has that mentality as they try to hang on to that lead. Tucker with the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. So out come the Cowboys now as their offense gets set to take over. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down, it caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. They just get the play off. Now Vick. Escaping the pressure right. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Gonzalez. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Give him 30 yards there.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? A first down throw coming for Vick. His throw caught at about the 5. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. It'll be Vick once more. And he will score. Touchdown, Cowboys. Mike Uncle Vic with his second touchdown of the night. And the Cowboys are an extra point away from tying the football game. Anderson on for the extra point. Extra point by Anderson, up and good. And we are tied at 14. Nothing separating these two teams on the scoreboard as the kick's away here. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. New York set to take the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Now a 10th carry. Here's Williams. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 12. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Again, it's Williams. And he roams across the 20 to the 24-yard line. That's what they needed. It's an 8-yard gain, and now 3rd and 4 suddenly doesn't look so bad.
Leopard! No, Jack, Patriot!
Back now in Arlington. This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4.
Back 99 Philly, here we go. Watch it now, Barney.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. We'll give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. On 2nd down, Williams. And he'll rumble for about 5, up close to the 40.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And he locates Walker, complete. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. A gain of 26 on the 3rd down conversion. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 right at the 40. Time for a break. We'll come back and see how it all shakes out after this.
Gone!
Here's Allen. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. And quickly we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11.
Back 99 Philly, here we go.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Williams. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. And now the Cowboys are going to call another timeout as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Here's Elway. The 20. He finds Beckham complete. A big 30-yard play on 3rd. And on display right there, the arm that made John Elway a lot of money.
And that's going to leave a mark because when he throws it with that much force, one of the best arms the game has ever seen, one of the strongest ones, it does leave a mark. They actually called it the Elway cross because you could see the imprint on a player after he caught one of those bullet passes.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
He's had a big game tonight, and while no one's going to be overly concerned about that last play, you also know that the offense coordinator does not want to see that happen again. They want to get back to doing what they've been doing all game long.
Back 99 Philly, here we go.
The busy night continues for Williams. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
The Giants on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 10. On the toss, here's Williams. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup there, but it's going to take him to 4th down. That's going to set him back 5 yards. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. And Tucker, the former Longhorn, puts this one through. And the sideline celebrates as they have taken the lead in the final minute. All right, so time to reset here. It's a huge kick there, gives them the lead, but they've got to be careful that their celebrations aren't a little too premature.
You're exactly right about that, because there still is time for the other guys to run a few plays and get into field goal position. So this defense is going to need to come up with one final stop if they're going to get out of here with a victory.
And now Dallas gets set to take the field. So you're right there, but obviously the clock is not your friend. How do you handle this situation?
You're thinking 2 plays. One, to get yourself in position for the second one, whether you're able to get into field goal range or you have to try another deep pass, another Hail Mary. But you're trying to get the first one to a receiver, get out of bounds, and give yourself a chance to set things up for an easier shot at it.
We'll see if they can do it. Might be easier said than done. Back to throw. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Work with me, partner. Take a deep breath, because that's what they're doing down the field now. That incompletion allowed them to exhale a little bit, get in the huddle, kind of scan the crowd, see if any celebrities are here. Relax a little bit as they start this big drive.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29.
Eagle, eagle. Orange. Eagle, eagle.
Back to throw. Flush to his right. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock. Jerry Rice, the one he was looking for. And it's 3rd down. So after all of this, it comes down to one final play.
And just think of what it's going to be, because from this distance, you got to be prepared for everything. Hook and laterals, tip balls, you name it. A lot of laterals after a catch. Just got to be prepared, stay on your feet defensively, and tackle someone.
Being chased out left. He's going to let it fly. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And that is going to seal this victory as time runs out. Well, we were on hand for a fun and entertaining game here, coming down really to that last play. Great job defensively to get the pick and seal it. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis on hand. Kickoff just moments away. Charles, quickly, keys to the game.
For me, it's coaching. Who prepared his team the best going into this one to give them the confidence to believe that they would win the game? That's who's going to come out of this one on top.
Justin Tucker set to boom this one away. And here we go. We're underway in Madden Ultimate Team. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And now the Giants will stop play as they take a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They'll run for the first time with Johnson. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
They'll run it with Johnson. He takes this for 3 to the 29.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
On 3rd down, Wilson. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. Here we go on 4th with Wilson. Buying time to his left. And this is going to be incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Giants are going to take over in great field position.
No. Check. Patriot.
They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
Hey, we all know it's turned into a passing league in the NFL, but that doesn't mean people still don't like to run the football. When you run it that successfully, your offensive line is fired up. What they want to do each and every game is run block. Get out and smack some people. I would say go ahead and...
And he is in. Touchdown, New York. Ricky Williams, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Giants are going to take a first quarter lead. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And now here come the Raiders. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. On 2nd down, Johnson pushing through the contact, and they're able to get this one across the 35. A pickup of 10, and it's enough for an Oakland first down.
It looks way too easy right now. 2 carries, 2 straight first down runs. The eyes are carrying the legs to the proper hole, but they're being created by an offensive line that has the leverage game going for them right now. lower than the defensive front, creating space, and he's finding it in a big way. Gotta love what they're doing on offense right now.
Now a handoff. Johnson. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Big Geno Atkins there to bring him down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 47. And he will bring it back. It's a pick six and a Giants touchdown. And this defense looking like they have come to play the pick six, and just like that, it's 13-0 early on.
Well, go back with me to our training camp visit. What do we hear during these drills? Pass. Ball's in the air.
And then my favorite.
Oski. That's the interception. That means everybody finds someone to block them legally, stay on your feet, and they get it done. Touchdown.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Raiders offense now, they trot back out, and fresh off the pick six, they've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be like what we talk about with defensive backs who get beat for a long touchdown. Short-term memory, right back out there doing the things that he does best, and knowing that taking care of the ball is paramount. Here's his opportunity.
It all comes back to those defensive backs for the former DB, right?
I don't know where that comes from. It just kind of emerges out of me for some reason.
It's deep in there, right? Yeah. 2nd and 10. It's Wilson again. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Doyle. And he's able to get out to the 32. Brought down there. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. A 2nd down completion got him 7. Now here's 3rd and 3. From the shotgun, Wilson eluding the pressure right. And this is going to be incomplete.
And what did we talk with them about prior to the game? Their ability to move the chains, pick up first downs. So far, 0 for 3 on 3rd down. If that continues, they'll have little chance of winning this one.
Now, remember, they were unsuccessful earlier in this first quarter. Going for it on 4th. They're going to try a second time. They'll indeed go for it with Wilson. Flushed out right. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Carter. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. They go for it on 4th down, and it pays off big time as they pick up 29. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. The 1st down carry here for Johnson. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. They'll hand it off now. Johnson fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. Give him 3 yards, and now they're left needing a conversion here on 3rd and 6. Here's Wilson to throw. Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. Geno Atkins in there to get him for a loss of 3, and it'll be 4th down. Now to try the field goal, here's Daniel Carlson. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And now the Giants, they get the officials' attention and take another timeout. That's their second, so they'll have one remaining here in this second quarter. We'll be right back. Now the offense not going anywhere. They're staying out there. They've converted once already on this drive. Here they go again on fourth down. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. Defensively, a bit of a collapse, allowing the fourth down play to result in 23 yards. And that's what you got your tough little slot receiver for, isn't it? Right there, those fourth down conversions in the middle of the field.
He knows that's where he has to make his living, and that's where he has to make plays to help his team. And no one is asking him to do anything more or less than do exactly what we saw there.
Give him a couple on the scramble. It's second down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
Now Johnson. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down.
With the struggles we're seeing up front for the offense today, they've got to think about changing up their play calling. Some screens, some draws, some quick-hitting plays in order to try and supplement the run game. You don't totally abandon it, but you try and give it a little bit of help.
Now the throw on third down, knocked away and incomplete. Credit the Giants' defense that time in pass coverage. Fourth down. Now to try the field goal, here's Daniel Carlson. Carlson able to put this one through. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. Now that's something of a pick-me-up. The offense certainly has struggled, but they do get the field goal before half to put 3 on the board.
Yeah, you don't want to be shut out, but let's face it, those 3 points, that's not going to solve all their problems either.
After the made field goal, Carlson now sets up to kick this away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Giant offense now making their way back out onto the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards. They stick to the ground game on first down. It's Williams. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis, happy to be with you. And, Charles, we've got two teams who know each other extremely well. These division games, they tend to be battles.
People scout like crazy in this league, but no one scouts more than within the division. Because if you win your division, you're automatically in the playoffs. That puts extra emphasis on these games, and they can't wait to get at each other.
Here's the kicker, Aldrich Rosas, ready to get us going. And off we go in Madden Ultimate Team. This is taken at his 4. And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line. First carry now for Ricky Williams. Oh, leaves him behind on the spin. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Partner, how he managed to get positive yardage out of that run, I have no idea. But a little juking, a little moving, got it done.
Got him 2 yards. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Now a handoff. Here's Williams. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs.
Whenever we meet with coaches and they always talk about wanting to establish running the football, it's oftentimes with a good tight end who can control the line of scrimmage and the point of attack, and they're becoming harder to find because the colleges are giving us a whole lot of receiving tight ends, former wide receivers who can run, not necessarily block very well. In this case, though, we saw 2 tight ends on the field, both of them with the ability to block, and they ran the ball successfully behind that power set.
They'll hand it off now. Williams. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. It's a loss of 2. Now 3rd down. On 3rd down, Elway. Over the middle, that's caught by Rice. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. They'll indeed go for it with Elway. And this is incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Eagles are going to take over in great field position. First down, Murray. Throw left side, completion to Rice. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion.
A nice catch there by Jerry Rice. And when you look at the yardage he compiled in his NFL career, it seems staggering at 22,985 yards. But let's put a little context with it.
Yeah, we ran the numbers earlier. Larry Fitzgerald, who is contemplating retirement this past offseason, would need 7 more 1,000-yard seasons. And this is caught. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. And that one results in 35 yards.
Here we go. What? 90. What? 90.
They'll run it with Williams. And he's in. Touchdown, Eagles. Ricky Williams taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Eagles have taken the early lead. solid job up front. Really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
That was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run. End result, 6 points.
Touchdown. Rosas now to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. New York set to take the field. And last time we saw them go for it in kind of an unusual situation. It's not like it's a fourth quarter do or die. They went for it, didn't get it. We'll see how that affects them this go-around.
Partner, I'm wondering if we're starting to see the effects of analytics coming into play here, where people are studying the number of possessions, how many times you should go for it, what position it leaves your team in. Maybe we're starting to see a little bit of that creeping into the NFL game.
I think we've seen it in other sports, maybe into the NFL now as well. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense.
So second in inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker. Williams. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
Looking for an opening, not much there. He'll get it to the 39.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who could do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 right at the 40. They'll run with Allen. 12 more yards there and another first down.
That's another nice run, and I have to tell you, some of the coaches that I played for, their philosophies were always different when they see a guy running the ball well. Some of them wanted to immediately go to play action and throw it now because it's wide open. While other coaches said, you know something? Until they stop him, that big boy's going to keep getting the football. And that might be the direction that they're going to go right now.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and it's the Giants with a football here. First trip to the red zone for the Giants. They have a 1st and 10 at the 18.
Detroit! Detroit!
Williams. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
I hope we give enough respect to the big guys up front because they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been barreling through them, picking up first downs.
They'll try and run. This is Williams. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. On 2nd and goal, standing alone in the backfield is Williams. Now a whistle, and I think a penalty here for a delay. No, they're going to say timeout. They did get the timeout in time. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. On 2nd and goal, standing alone in the backfield is Williams. He's going to get it running right. And he takes it into the end zone for a giant TD. Ricky Williams, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Giants are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Tucker with the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. That's fielded in the end zone. Oh, he shifts past him. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense getting the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
And his throw's going to be incomplete. 6-time Pro Bowler Calvin Johnson, the intended target. And now it's second down.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after them. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard.
Ohio! 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 Flex round! Flex round!
Back to the air on second down. Murray. And he fires one that's intercepted. Deion Sanders, the Hall of Famer, with a pick. And that was a young pup, the rookie, being intercepted by a veteran DB.
And I loved our quick conversation in pregame with him on the field where he said, hey, look, I love playing these young quarterbacks. They don't know a whole lot yet, so I can use my mind to put me in a position to make a play.
They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams. And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Now Williams. And an alley to run. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
And that run was what a lot of people call an explosive run. Gave them good yardage, solid yardage. They feel good about the whole thing, and they did it behind a 2 tight end set. It's always interesting to watch what offenses want to do with the 2 tight ends. Sometimes they line them up together for a power set. Sometimes they put one on each side of the line of scrimmage to balance things out. No matter what, though, when you see 2 tight ends on the field, your first thought is to think of run. In this case, the offense was able to run successfully.
Now Allen. And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to third down. To play in a tightly contested first half. We're back to Atlanta right after this timeout.
Back to Philly, here we go!
On third down, it's Allen, shrugs him off. And he's going to get the first down here as he's taken down at the 22. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Hey, when you get good yardage like that on first down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
They'll run it with Williams. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they've got it first and goal. And now the Eagles going to signal for a timeout, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's going to ball his way down to about the 1-yard line. Give him 9 yards on the carry there. A good run. And now 2nd and goal. And the Eagles are going to go ahead and take another timeout, as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. They come out here in the I. They get it to him running left. And he is in. Touchdown, Giants. Ricky Williams with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Giants are in for 6. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now Philadelphia ready to get going on offense again. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk is a big decision here.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete here.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things.
Here we go. Brand 38. Brand 38. Ohio. Ohio. Flex round. Flex round. Ohio. Ohio.
Throwing again. Murray. Dancing to his left. Now he'll turn and throw deep back to the other side of the field. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
To throw on third down. Murray. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now just under 30 seconds to go in this first half.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Flex round. Flex round.
They'll try and throw for it here. This is Johnson. He's got it. A big pickup there, 20 yards as they convert on fourth.
Brandon, I have one word for you after that completion for a first down.
Lucky?
Analytics.
Well, the analytics say you punt the football there.
So we're changing the analytics as we go, right? What a big-time play for them, and really took a big-time chance.
Yeah, big-time first half chance. They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. That late in the clock, second quarter, why not just run it a time or two and get it into the locker room?
What you're saying makes absolutely perfect sense. Run it and get out of there. But I'm just wondering if the pressure of today's NFL and the high-powered offenses that you're facing may have forced them into saying, let's try and get some more points.
After the interception, here's Elway. He's going to look deep down the field. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. He was looking for the great one, Jerry Rice. And that'll bring up second down. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. On the ground, this is Williams. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. Third and 11. And some extra depth in the secondary here. They're in the dime. From the gun, it's Elway. Eagle pressure, too much catch this time. Down he goes. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with fourth down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. Now Andy Lee will come on to punt this one away. Time for a break. There you have it. Halftime quickly over. Third quarter, here we go. Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A one-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And not a particularly good return here as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
On 1st and 10, Murray. His throw incomplete. He was trying to get it to George Kittle, his tight end, and that'll bring up second down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. They'll run it now out of the gun. It'll be a pickup of 5, and that leaves them with 5 more. 3rd and 5 now.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
Murray now. Able to haul it in is Kittle. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this up to about the 40. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Looking to throw on second down. Murray. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. From the gun, Murray. Johnson with a completion over the middle. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. That'll put him at 66 receiving yards now for the game, and he's got a first down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off at the 46. 20. 10, 5, and he will bring it back. It's a pick six and a Giants touchdown. Short throw pick six right there, those linebackers. They love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
Tucker now for the extra point. Tucker with the extra point, and it's now 21-7. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This is taken about 7 yards deep. The Eagles offense now, they head back on the field. And following the pick six, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him and they told us they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
They'll try to get this running game going with Williams. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30.
Flex round! Flex round! Flex round! Flex round!
To throw on 2nd down, Murray. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete. George Kittle, the receiver that he was looking for. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete.
Ohio! Flex round! Flex round! Ohio! Ohio!
On 3rd down, Murray. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains.
There's a completion to the tight end, and I think they were looking at something out of central casting, frankly.
Absolutely. I mean, size, the hands.
Speed, can flat out run. You put that whole package together, you light up the eyes of an offensive coordinator, don't you?
Throwing on 1st down, Murray. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. To throw again, Murray. He gets it left side to Johnson. And he'll get it down here to the 43. And they'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for third down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. On third down, here's Williams. And he's going to be met at about the 43. Give him a yard on the play, and he's definitely short. It'll be fourth down and a few inches.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. On fourth down, Murray. The tight end Kittle has it on the left side. And he's taken down inside the 30. Fourth down, no problem. Just a ho-hum pickup of 14 to keep the offense on the field. On first down, Murray. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And that one incomplete. They try to sneak it. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Murray escaping the pressure right. Going for it all. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. Oh, very close to a turnover there in the end zone.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this third and long play as we'll get a timeout. That's going to leave them with just one remaining here in this fourth quarter. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Here's Murray. Flush to his right. Letting one go deep for the end zone. And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Calvin Johnson, 28 yards. And the Eagles are back within a score. So he scrambled right, but was able to look back toward the middle of the end zone to find the target.
As you know, in this game, sometimes you just have to know when to break the rules, because we all know most guys throwing the football are taught never throw back into the middle of the field on a scramble. He did it and got away with it for a touchdown.
Instinct sometimes, right? They just take over.
Instinct and vision. Sometimes you just see people who are open, you're able to get it to them.
Odell Beckham Jr. He's at the 40. Past the 20. 10. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Odell Beckham with what will be called a 107-yard return. And the Giants add on to their lead. Now Tucker to add the PAT. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and the lead now up to 14. So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the inline. The Eagles coming out as they get ready. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
It takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. And with the play clock at 3, we'll get a signal and a timeout on the whistle. So that will leave them with no timeouts left. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how that affects things here in this fourth quarter.
Here we go. 190.
They go play action here on first down. They're looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. And a nice gain of 21 yards. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10.
Flex round. Flex round.
On 1st and 10, Murray. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
I'm not even sure I know who this guy is out there playing right now. This is very unlike him, one of the most accurate guys in the league. Totally off his game right now.
I don't know. I was going to ask you what you pin it on, but defensively, they've been pretty solid.
Well, sometimes, you know, those defenders, they get into the receivers pretty well, and if they chip away at their timing, it's going to affect what you're doing throwing the ball as well.
He's going to air one out. And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on, 3rd down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
To throw on 3rd down, Murray eluding the pressure right. That will be incomplete as well.
Appeared to me he was just trying to find an open receiver and got forced out to his right. Had to come off of a guy downfield and try to hit his back. Unable to connect. Should have been an easier throw moving to his right, though.
Yeah, much easier, obviously, for a right-handed quarterback. If he was going to his left, a little bit tougher.
Exactly.
Here we go. 190. 190. Flex round. Flex round. Flex round. Flex round.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Flushed out right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. And it's knocked away and incomplete. The Eagles unable to convert there on 4th. And the Giants are going to take.